What's up everybody, Teancum here with Sew Yeah Quilting. On today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you make this neon lights quilt. Let's get started. Before we dive right on into this project, something I want to mention is, as you can see, it's a pretty basic quilt, but it is full of color, which I absolutely love. What makes this quilt so awesome too is that you can make it any size that you'd like. You can go bigger, you can do more colors, whatever you like, you can do with this quilt. So let's dive right on into the cutting instructions. So as you can see in front of me, I've already pre-cut some of my fabrics down, and all the cutting for this project is exactly the same. Each strip is 3 inches wide by 10.5 inches long. To sew them together, super simple. We're gonna take the bottom one first, fold it right sides together onto the top one, and sew our 1/4 inch seam all the way down. Before we iron it, we're going to lay it back down and sew our 3rd piece on. Again, easy, right sides together. And just like that, our block is sewn. Very easy block to do. I'm going to slide over my ironing board here so everyone can see it in the frame. And what I'd like to show everyone is to keep this quilt very straight and very flat more than anything. I'm going to show you how you nest a quilt like this that we have. So to nest our seams is very simple. On this quilt, all we have to do is iron every seam one direction. So I'm going to iron all my seams from right to left. And super flat. Once I have everything ironed, what I like to do is go back to my cutting mat here. I'll move my iron out of the way. And let me straighten this back onto the camera here. I like to check to see how square I am. So I'm going to lay this down on my cutting mat. And I still want to be that 8, once I'm done sewing obviously, it's 8 inches tall by 10.5 inches wide. And as you can see on this side here, I've got a little bit of excess. Tiniest little bit of excess on my 10.5 inch mark. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off to make sure I stay square. And if there's any part of your block that's a little bit off, go ahead and cut that down to be completely straight. We want it to be 8 inches by 10.5. So now that we've got that cutting out of the way, it's time to attach it onto our rows. I've already gone ahead and made a row up. That way we can show you how to attach these. I'm going to flip it over wrong side up, just so I can show you what I mean by nesting your seams. If you can see here on the camera, move out of the way, that our seams are going the same direction here. Both of my seams are going the same direction. We want that to be the exact opposite. We want them to look like these seams here, where I have 2 seams going down, 2 seams going up, so on and so forth. Now to get that, all we have to do is turn our block around so that they're going different directions. When I flip this back over, line my squares up here, I'm going to fold them right sides together. I'm going to line up those seams right on top of each other. And due to them going different directions, once it's sewn and we open it up, it'll lay completely flat. So I'm going to take this over to the ironing board, or sorry, over to the sewing machine. I'm going to use my iron to iron the seam real quick. That way the blocks come out absolutely flat together and your seams line up perfectly. Once we have done this to our row, we need to start adding rows together. Obviously on this quilt I'm making it a little bit bigger than the one behind me. So I want to show everyone how you add your rows on. All we gotta do is line up our seams here and then fold them right on top of each other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Wonder Clips here and I'm going to clip on each one of my seams. So I'm going to put those seams together and clip. Once we're done clipping, right on over to the sewing machine to sew on our final row here. And once our row is sewn on, over to the ironing board for the last time to iron everything out flat. I'm gonna move my product over here. So just like that, our quilt top is complete. This is a super fun, easy project to do. Great for beginners, or if you just wanna take a break from an intense quilt or anything like that, this is a great project to jump on. I'm gonna take this quilt across the building to our in-house laundry room to have this finished. If you've liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't be afraid to share it with your friends. As always, we're going to leave instructions on how to make this down in the description below. My name's Teancum, teach you how to sew like a pro. We'll see you here next week at Sew Yeah Quilting.